Very good afternoon, all of you. This is our fifth class on Unit and Measurement Standard 11th. We are sharing this video for education purposes only on behalf of Ambition Vedic classes. Previously, in Unit and Measurement, we have studied about what are the different ways to measure mass of a substance, to measure larger distances and smaller distances. Also, we have discussed about something called parallax method, which is used to measure long distances. In today's class, we will study about how accurately or precisely these lengths and distances and values are measured. So mainly we are going to discuss about what is accuracy, precision and different types of errors, which are very important for basically experiments to be performed in the laboratory, and for scientists also, those who do very important calculations. So first of all, we will see what is accuracy. Accuracy means nothing but it is the measure of degree of closeness of the calculated values to the actual value. For example, or so very importantly, we have to see it measures. Accuracy means actually how close the values that we have calculated to the actual value. Now, what is an actual value? Actual value means exact length of something, or exact mass of something, or exact value of a time. That is known as actual value, which is sometimes written on the cover or the box of device. And calculated value means the value we are calculating with our hand using a scale or some instrument, that is known as a calculated values. So in order to understand what is an accuracy, let's say we take an example. So this is a pencil, and the length of a pencil will be given to us, and we have to use the scale here underneath to measure by ourselves the length of the pencil. So first of all, length of a pencil. So what is the length of a pencil? The length of a pencil is 5.5 centimeter, which is given on the packet or the cover of a pencil. It is mentioned that that the pencil is this much centimeter long. Now we will try we will measure the length of the pencil, and using the scale by our hand, which is known as a calculated value. Okay, so when we measured, the length of the pencil came to be 5.48. Okay, so the second value is there at the bottom. We have measured using our scale, and the upper value is what has come from the company. Okay, which is written on the box of a pencil or the packet of a pencil. So the length of a pencil is given as 5.5, and when we measured the length of a pencil, it came as to be 5.48. So if you see, both the values are very close to each other. If we just add 0.02 to this lower value, it will become 5.5, or approximately we also take 5.48 as 5.5 as per the rule of mathematics, right? So this is what is known as accuracy. How close our measured values are to that of the actual value is known as accuracy. How accurately we are measuring the length or the values of devices or instrument using instruments. So this is what is known as accuracy. The closeness, how close our calculated values are to the actual value which is given by the company, or which is written on the packet or a piece of a paper. So this is what is known as accuracy. Then the second thing, which is very common in science, is known as precision. So precision means basically closeness of the two measured values. In previous case, like we have measured only one time, now we are going to measure it many times. And in the values that we have measured using the scale, if the values measured are very close, very near to each other, then we say our measurement is precise, or it is precision. Also, precision is known as refinement. Refinement means every time it will keep on coming close to each other, or it will be, the values will be very close to each other. That is what is known as refinement process. So for example, the same again, so there is a pencil that is given to us, and the packet of the pencil says the length of the pencil is 5.5 centimeter. Now we'll try to measure the length of a pencil 3 times or maybe 4 times, and then we will find out what is precision. So first of all, the actual length of the pencil which was given on the paper was 5.5 centimeter. So this is what is written on a paper. We took a scale and we started measuring the length of a pencil by ourselves. So the first value we got is 3.48 centimeter, which is very different, or someone can say measurement 1 is wrong. Okay, because the actual value which is given on the packet is 5.5 centimeter, and when we used our scale, we were able to reach it only to 3.48. Maybe this value has been wrongly calculated, but then when we calculated it for the second time, the value was 3.49 centimeter. Again, this is different from the length of a pencil. This is the actual length of a pencil, but what we have calculated is 3.48, 3.49. Third time again when we calculated, we found out the value which we are getting is 3.52. Again, this 3.5 value is different from the actual length of the pencil, 5.5. So you can see that the actual length of a pencil is 5.5 centimeter, but every time when we try to measure it by ourselves, the value is very close to 3.5. So 3.48, 3.49. So in this case, we say that our measurements are very precise. Okay, our measurements are very close to each other. And also remember, it doesn't matter when we say something is precise, it doesn't mean that we are close to the actual value. Actual value could be very different from what we have calculated, but our calculations are very close to each other. If you see all the three measurement, so we say the measured values that we have measured using a scale, these values are precise. Earlier we have seen accuracy means the value has to be very close to the actual length of a pencil, but here the value can be different from the actual length of the pencil, but all the values that we are taking should be very close or very near to each other. Then we say the measurements done or measurements performed are highly precise. Then in order to understand accuracy and precision, we are taking the example of a dart. Dart means when you throw something and it will go and stick, or maybe an archer uses it. So you see here, we will say archery is accurate when the arrow will hit the center. When the arrow comes and exactly it hits in the center, then the archer will obtain the highest point here. Okay, but you can see here, or every time, let's say how many times, 1 2 3 4 5 6, so 6 times this archer is trying to hit in the center, but every time its arrow has hit on the left hand side. So because the arrow is not falling in the center exactly, we say the archer is not accurate. Okay, the archer is not accurate, fine. But if you see these positions where the arrows has hit this target, so you will see all the arrows has hit almost at the same point. So we can say the archer is precise. Precise means every time he is hitting near the same point or almost close to each other, but here it is not in the center, so it is less accurate. The archer is less accurate and very highly precise. All the values he has obtained is very close to each other, like we have seen in previous case, 3.48, 3.49, near to each other. Then second example, if you see here, all the 6 times the archer has hit the middle portion. That means the highest point he is going to obtain. So if you see the position of the arrows where it has hit, because all the arrows has hit exactly at the center, that means the archer is very accurate. Every time he is hitting, he is getting the maximum marks, so he is very accurate. Also, because all the arrows are very close to each other, points are near to each other, then we say that he is also highly precise. So if you see here also, he is highly precise, the archer is very precise. Here also the archer is very precise, but depending upon where the arrows are hitting, we say then archer is accurate or inaccurate. So here he was less accurate, here it is highly accurate. Here he was precise because all the values are close to each other. Here again also he is very precise. Then coming to the third point, if you see, if all the arrows, you can see the position of arrows are different from the previous one, or they are away from each other, okay, and none of the arrow has hit in the center also, because the arrows have not hit the central portion, the archer is not accurate. Also, every arrow is different from everyone else. So if the first value is 9, the second value will be 7, third value is 2. So he is also not even precise. Fine. So very less accurate and very less precision. Fine. The third value is, if you see the points and you compare the points which are in the top one and the bottom one, you will see these points are very close to each other compared to these points. Okay. So here the archer is able to hit the center, okay, but the position of the arrows are very different. So here we can say that the archer is highly accurate but very less precise.